Welcome back everyone to another SNG experience. I want to start off by thanking all of you. Starting at the very beginning of our project and crowdfunder for Martians Attack SNG, you have been so supportive, and without you we would not have been able to make the film. It was all really something you were all part of, every single one of you. We want to thank you for all the kind comments and all the reviews that were so good. And Mary and I are both breathtaking. Thank you so much. We love you so much that you enjoyed our show as much as you did. So, and yes, there's going to be more coming from us. We're going to be starting Star Voyager next, but we'll talk more about that once we get the website up and we can show you more about that. Andy Probert is producing on it. I'm producing, Mary's producing, I wrote the screenplay, and it's a very serious space drama movie about space exploration. It's not a fan film or a Star Trek type film. This is a real series, but we'll get into that more later. This week we're going to finish up Battlestar Galactica. We're going to do a little bit of work on Stargazer and the prop and the big Enterprise, hopefully as time will allow. But keep in mind that the in-detailed shows that will show you step by step, blow by blow, every single product we use, every ant that sneezes, every crumb, every piece of sandpaper will be in our video on demand shows, which will be coming up in the next month, showing you blow by blow how we build models, how we make props, and how we do things behind the scenes. So more about that coming up. So let's move on and get on with this week. Well, she's really coming along. I've started putting on some of the armor, and which is really looking cool. I've got a lot of the light leaks, a lot of the ones you're seeing through here. Just need to have more paint put on there, and I'll be doing that with all clads and an airbrush very soon. I'm going to get the rest of the armor on first. So here I am at long last. It's Monday the 20th of July, and we just finished. This is the very moment. Yes, I thought I was finished with this movie, and then what happened is that I had to show it to 3 different people and family this weekend, and when I was watching it on the TV screen, I noticed at home that there were problems with the sound levels and this and that, and this little things that only I noticed, but that drove me absolutely crazy. So rather than work on Battlestar today and other things that I need to be getting to, I came in and because it's hot and muggy in the back bay, and it's nasty. It's never like this up here. This is somebody else's weather. Very monsoonal, very sweaty, very humid, and be gone soon. But so this right now is done. Yes, it's just perfect. I sweetened the soundtrack just perfectly. You can see I'm at the very end there because the credits are going by, and we are going to post this week. Last we left off, we got all the armor on here, although we are missing this piece here and this piece here. And so I talked to Kip, and Kip needed to know what's needed. But you see all the guns are on, and all the stuff's on underneath too now. And there's a lot of armor and guns and everything else on this ship. It's just such an amazing model. I love the Mobius one, but this larger model is quite something. And of course, there's our little... what I ended up doing is putting a brass piece on here. I'm going to put another brass piece over that, and that will give us our antenna. And of course it's lit, which we want to do. And the rest of these guys sticking out, we're actually sticking out, so we're going to leave those. I painted black around them so they will glow at the tips. So we're pretty much ready to go. I had more problems with nacelles not lining up right, and there was a big gap here, which is now gone and fixed. We got them lined up finally correct. These are still loose, and I'm going to kind of just sort of tack them in place in case I ever need to pull them out to fix lighting. But we're pretty good there. So everything's on. So let's paint this model. Fortunately, Badass Models supplies you with these very, very good orthos on the ship, which shows you how it's painted. Isn't that wonderful? You don't have to go online and look at a whole bunch of stuff. There is sort of an Aztec effect going on. Luckily, I kept these from Lou Delmaso of Aztec Dummy fame. His mask for a basic Aztec look, which I think will work out well on this. It's a little big, but not too bad. And everything we need to know is there. In addition to that ortho, they give you this ortho, which is the one that basically shows you the battle damage version of her right before she was sent blazing into the sun. That is not a version I want. In fact, they even show you the damaged windows here from when the Cylons crashed into that bay. Remember that? And they repaired that with some armor plating and stuff. So that's kind of neat. In fact, I never even noticed that before. We have one decal to put on, that one. But I want her to look like this. Before, after, before, after, before, I want before. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, here we go. So I've already been doing some of it, and I got too heavy-handed in some spots. I'm using a gunmetal, and basically all I'm doing is I'm kind of lining these up with the edge like that, and then I'm very lightly dusting like this. And what it does is it gives a nice modeling effect like that, which is basically what it has. So, and I'm going around and I'm doing the whole model this way. Just to kind of give it that modeled effect, because it really does have Aztecs on it. And I know there's a set of Aztecs you can get for this or something that are very accurate, whatever that is. If you can make accuracy out of those orthos, you know, as John Chambers used to say to me, God bless you, boy. So the paint job's just about done. I got a tiny few things to do. We got the decal on, which looks terrific. Gotta let that dry all the way and matte down. Don't touch it, Steve. I used one of these, which are great, to punch up all this detail here, which really brings it out, really pops it. I did it here. I've done it everywhere. I'm going to probably do more. Even though it's finished, I'm going to pick at it some more. But you can see how well the Aztecs worked out, and the general modeling effect of it looks so much like the original in the TV show. It's really, really, really pretty. Well, she's all done. I'm really happy with the paint job and the base, which I finished off as well. This really finishes it off nicely, I think. I'm going to leave this brass. I might buff it up a little bit here, but looks good. Well, I got it to focus, and you can see what I built. You can see a little bit of fiber optic sticking out of it. And I'm going to paint this black, and that finishes this beautiful model. So here it is off the table at long last. I'm showing it to you unlit to begin with, and it just really, boy, it really looks like that ship. So here it is with lights on, with the overhead lighting on, so you can get an idea what this looks like, just, you know, with normal lighting conditions in your home. Pretty darn neat. Everything's lit up beautifully. So let's see, we're going to here, take a look at our windows that are under there, which are showing up really well. Here's our antenna here, which you can see. Yeah, it's looking really, really nice, but let's see how it looks with the, you can see that's lit up really well. It's soft focus, this darn camera. We're gonna turn the lights off and take a look at it in the less light. There's Battlestar Galactica lit up. Nice red glow. Keep in mind that this is all very bright because of the way the camera overexposes. The runways. What really I love is how this ship holds up when you're right close up on it like this. I mean, it's amazing. And it's because of the level of detail they put into this model. It is incredible. So that finishes that build. That does it for me. I'm going to call this done. I'm going to put this in my showroom or office model display room. Wow, just amazing. And what's really was cool about this model, I never once did I ever fill a single bubble in the entire castings, because when they cast these models up, they do them under pressure and vacuum, and they evacuate all the bubbles out of their pores. I never found, actually it's not true, and I'm going to bust you on this one. Big deal. You know where I found some bubbles? I found some bubbles on the bases of the guns, which don't matter. It's a little peg that goes into the hole here to line up the guns. And that was the only place I found them. So, and you don't need to fill those. And you know, they probably thought the same thing, but this thing was bubble free 100% except for those little guns, which is amazing for a garage kit. This is really a cut above any garage kit I have ever seen. And if you want to see the rest of the models they have, go to Badass Models. Look it up on the internet. I don't have the link handy. You can talk to Kip Hart, who's on Facebook. They have a nice selection of Battlestar stuff, of which I want to get the rest of, because I'm a happy camper. Another great week here at SNG. I want to thank Kip Hart for this incredible Battlestar Galactica model. I just can't say enough good things about it, and I love this ship so much. It's got a very special place in my heart because I loved Battlestar Galactica so much. What a great show. One of the best science fiction shows on television that I've ever seen. So it's really cool having the old man ship, and this is really the best rendition of it I've ever seen. Plus it was an incredible model kit. Kip, thanks so much for that. Next week we'll be doing more work on models, and we'll be talking more about Star Voyager. Until then, you guys have a great weekend, and remember, we love you a whole bunch here. You make it possible. You make SNG Studios a reality. Thanks, and see you next week.